All right, guys. So we are going to have our exit slip today. I'm going to go over 3 problems. If you guys are good with these problems, then you guys should be good for the exit slip. If you guys have any questions during these problems, or if you want to check in with me, feel free. But I'm going to kind of get started here. So, last class, I kind of told you guys the relationships for these different angle pairs that we've been looking at. So we're going to start using these angle pairs to solve for angles. So in this case, they tell us that angle 8 is 23 degrees. Angle 8 is going to be over here. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to use this angle as a starting point. You're going to want to try and find an angle pair with it. Since it's on the exterior, I'm not going to be able to do any interior angles, but I can do alternate exterior, and I can do corresponding. So 8 is bottom left. 4 is also bottom left. So since they're in the same location, that's going to be corresponding angles. Corresponding angles are going to be congruent. So angle 4 is also going to be 23 degrees. And I can bring that in right over here. I can find alternate exterior. 8 and 2 are going to be alternate exterior angles. Alternate exterior angles are also congruent. So this is also going to be 23 degrees. So angle 2 is 23 degrees as well. At this point, I've kind of exhausted everything I could do with this angle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change my starting angle to find the other angle. So I'm going to look at angle 4 now. So if I'm looking at angle 4, that's on the interior. So I could do same side interior. Same side interior is going to be on the same side of the transversal. So that's going to be 4 and 5. Same side interior are going to be the only ones that are not congruent. So same side interior are going to be supplementary. Supplementary means I have to add up to 180. So I could do 180 minus 23. And that's going to give me 157 for angle 5. So 23 plus 157 gives me my 180. So that works out. So I'll know that angle 5 is going to be 157. If I'm looking at angle 4, I could also do alternate interior. 4 and 6, these are going to be alternate interior angles. So alternate interior angles are congruent. So angle 4 and angle 6 will be the same thing. So that's going to be 23 degrees. So we're either going to get 23 or 157 as answers. We can only get 2 answers here. So basically, if the angle looks small, it's going to be 23 degrees. If the angle looks big, it's going to be 157. But let's kind of keep going through this. At this point, I've kind of exhausted everything for number 4. So again, I'm going to choose a new starting point. So let's look at angle 5. So if I choose angle 5 as my starting point, I could do corresponding. That's going to be the top left. Number 1 is also top left. So these are going to be corresponding angles. They're congruent. So angle 1 is also going to be 157 degrees. If I look at 1 and 7, those are alternate exterior, so they have to be congruent. So 1's going to be congruent with 7, 157. And then the last one I'm looking for is angle 3. Angle 3 corresponds with angle 7. They're both bottom right. So angle 3 is also going to be 157. So that's just using our angle pairs without any algebra. So what you guys did last class was the same thing, but with algebra. This is actually a little bit easier because there's no algebra. So you're not going to have to do any solving. You're just going to have to bring numbers in different places. All right. Let's do a couple on the back. So let's do 5 and 6 together. So this is just like what you did last class. The first thing you want to do is figure out which angle pair this is. One's on the left, one's on the right. They're both on the interior. So that's going to be alternate interior angles. Alternate interior angles. What did I just do? Let me try this again. Alternate interior angles for number 5. and alternate interior angles are going to be congruent. So I know that these two angles have to be equal to each other. So I'm going to set up my equation, nx 9x plus 2 equals 119. So now I just got to go through and solve it. So I'm going to get that x by itself. So I'm going to minus 2 from both sides. So we'll have 9x equals 117. The last step I'm going to have to do is just divide both sides by 9. 117 divided by 9 is 13. So I know x for number 5 equals 13. All right. So same idea. We're going to find out the angle pair. We're going to figure out their relationship, and that's going to tell us how we set up our equation. If I look at number 6, I'm going to do the same thing. I have two angles. One's over here. One's over here. Those are both on the bottom side of the transversal, so they're on the same side. And they're on the interior. So that's same side interior. Same side interior. The relationship for this one is these have to be supplementary. So they have to add up and equal 180. So I'm going to take both of my angles, 12x minus 8 plus 104. And I know them added together has to equal 180. So let's go through and combine some like terms. We'll keep the 12x on the left. 104 minus 8 is going to be 96, positive. I'm going to keep my equals. I'm going to keep my 180. Now again, I want to get that variable by itself. So I got to move this 96 over. I'm going to do it with subtraction. And I'm going to get 12x equals 84. And the last thing we want to do is divide both sides by 12, and we'll get x equals 7. All right, so again, just to kind of hammer it home, what we need to do is we have to figure out the angle pair, we have to figure out the relationship, and that's going to help us set up our equation. After that, it's just a little bit of algebra. All right, so at this point, I'm going to let you guys get ready. Come ask me if you guys need any questions. If you guys need to look at other things, feel free. Just use the rest of the time to get ready.